Have you ever stopped to think that your daily shower, which you vowed to keep for life, and that you always believed would help you feel fresh, clean, and healthy, might actually have the opposite effect as you reach your 70s? If a hot shower or a long soak in the tub, something you still rely on to wash away the day, is quietly drying out your skin, draining your energy, or even putting you at serious risk of falling, then that's a shocking thought, isn't it? For the past 4 years, we've been taught that more bathing equals better hygiene, but as we age, the rules change and the truth might just surprise you. In this video, we will lift the veil on how often older adults should bathe, and believe me, it's not what you've been hearing all along. We're talking about thinner skin potential health risks and a surprising shift in the meaning of cleanliness after 70. Stick with us until the very end as we reveal 7 shocking truths that could totally change how you or your loved ones approach personal care. Plus, you'll receive a tip from experts to help older adults stay fresh and healthy without stepping into a slippery bathroom. You won't believe it's that simple, and if you overlook it, you could be missing out on a safer, more comfortable life. Before we begin, I would greatly appreciate it if you liked this video. You can help me continue spreading the lessons of aging. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend subscribing and turning on the notification bell so you won't miss any videos. If you like this video, please comment 1. If you don't, comment 0 to let me know so I can make a better video for you. Right now, let's start with how daily bathing can be harmful to older adults. Aging skin is an inevitable journey, and as we cross into our 70s, our skin begins a profound transformation, fundamentally changing its composition and behavior. Decades of research, including important studies from institutions like the University of Pittsburgh and the University of California, San Francisco, have highlighted the extent of these changes as we age. The skin thins significantly. The outer layer, the epidermis, loses density, while the underlying dermis also weakens due to decreased production of collagen and elastin. The sebaceous glands responsible for secreting natural oils that once kept skin soft and supple have significantly reduced their output. Sweat glands also become less active, diminishing the skin's ability to regulate moisture, leading to skin that is not just drier, but also much more fragile than when we were young. With a lack of a robust oil barrier that once protected the skin from external elements for older adults, the daily bathing ritual, especially with hot water, harsh soaps, or long soaks, can turn this natural vulnerability into a real health hazard. Every shower or soak can cause losing the reserve sebum makes the skin depleted. The protective oil layer of the skin is exposed and loses its ability to defend itself. Dermatologists note that this process not only causes visible discomfort, but also triggers a chain reaction that worsens the skin condition. The initial consequence is dry skin. The feeling can be tight or tingly, often escalating into persistent itching. As the skin's protective barrier is damaged, irritation occurs. In more severe cases, this condition is referred to as xerosis. Xerosis comes from the Greek word meaning dry, turning the skin into a rough, scaly landscape, sometimes cracked or fissured, causing pain with every movement. These cracks are not trivial. They can bleed, leading to infections or exacerbating underlying conditions like dermatitis. Beyond the physical impacts of bathing, they also have real effects on older adults. Quality of life is affected. Imagine the frustration of being constantly itchy, disrupting sleep, or the pain of flaky skin sticking to clothing all day. For those with mobility issues or arthritis, the effort of daily bathing can already be a burden. Skin damage only adds to that burden. Research shows that hot water in particular accelerates this damage by dissolving lipids, essential fatty compounds for the skin's protective barrier, while alkaline soaps disrupt the natural pH of the skin, which ranges from about 5 to 5.5 in healthy states. For older adults, this is not just a matter of vanity or comfort, but a serious health risk. Damaged skin struggles to fend off bacteria, fungi, or allergens, which can lead to infections or worsen chronic wounds like ulcers. Good hygiene habits over time can quietly weaken an older adult's ability to recover, making a case for reconsidering how often they enter the bathroom. Bathing less than twice a week can reduce the risk of infection. In a world where cleanliness is often valued, regular washing might be a revelation that makes you pause. For seniors over 70, bathing less frequently can enhance their defenses against infections. This is not just speculation, but a scientifically grounded finding with evidence emerging from sources like the New England Journal of Medicine. Researchers tracking older adults found a striking pattern. Those who reduced bathing frequency experience fewer skin tears. These small but dangerous tears can seem minor, but lead to significant consequences. Unlike the resilient skin of youth, which easily recovers from scratches aging, skin is as thin as paper and heals slowly. Tears in this fragile tissue heal at a glacial pace due to decreased blood flow, a weakened immune system, and a slowed rate of cell turnover. All are signs of aging. These open wounds become gateways for bacteria, like Staphylococcus aureus or Streptococcus, which can cause cellulitis abscesses or even systemic infections such as sepsis can occur. In severe cases, the link between bathing habits and skin tears lies in how water and soap interact with aging skin. Frequent washing, especially with hot water, erodes the lipid layer, a microshield composed of fats and oils, which holds skin cells together and retains moisture. Meanwhile, harsh cleansers amplify this damage by breaking down proteins like keratin, making the skin brittle and prone to cracking under the slightest pressure. Think of pulling a sweater or rubbing against a rough surface, a common habit to feel clean. This adds mechanical stress, further weakening the skin structure over time. This relentless cycle of washing and drying creates a battlefield of scratches and small tears. Each scratch is a potential entry point for pathogens. In contrast, older adults tend to bathe less frequently, such as every other day or 2 to 3 times a week, allowing their skin a chance to retain its natural oils. They can also rebuild their skin's defenses. Spot cleaning with a damp cloth for areas like the armpits or groin can maintain hygiene without the need to wash the entire body. The benefits of this approach go beyond preventing infections. They also minimize skin tears, resulting in less pain, fewer doctor visits, and a lower risk of complications that could lead to hospitalization. These are important considerations for older adults who often have mobility issues or limited resources. The Journal of Medicine from New England. If you're still watching this video and find this information helpful, please comment the number 1 below to let me know you're here. If you haven't subscribed yet, I encourage you to subscribe and turn on notifications to not miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating valuable content to inform and inspire you. Let's move forward. Falling is a greater threat than dirt for older adults. The bathroom is not only a place for self-care, but also a potential danger zone, and daily bathing significantly increases the risk for older adults. The Gerontological Society has sounded the alarm on this issue, emphasizing that falls are one of the leading causes of injury and even death among older adults. Statistics paint a grim picture. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, for every 4 adults over 65, 1 will fall each year, and these incidents lead to millions of emergency room visits, countless cases of fractures, and a significant number of deaths in those over 70. The risk increases when muscle strength declines, reflexes slow, and conditions such as arthritis, neuropathy, or osteoporosis compromise balance and stability. Wet, slippery surfaces, think shiny tiles with soap suds or bathtubs. The smooth enamel turns the bathroom into a literal minefield for older adults struggling with mobility challenges. Daily bathing increases this risk in ways that may not be immediately apparent. Each time you bathe, you must overcome a challenge stepping over the bathtub edge and maintaining balance. Stepping in or out when soaked can be tricky. Plus, the steam can blur your vision, making it hard to find your way. Temperature changes or fatigue from standing too long can significantly increase the risk of tripping, according to the American Geriatric Society. Keep in mind that bathing routines often coincide with peak fatigue times, whether it's feeling sluggish in the morning or exhausted in the evening. This increases the risk of falling. In this context, not only are there bruises or fears, but it can also lead to hip fractures. A traumatic brain injury or a range of complications can erode independence rather than reduce it. Bathing schedules such as once or twice a week can be supplemented with sponge baths or washing key areas at the sink. This simple adjustment can cut down on the number of high-risk bathroom trips, reducing exposure to dangerous environments by half or more. The trade-off here is, clearly perfect cleanliness is insignificant compared to physical safety. Dirt, sweat, or a slight odor pose far less of a threat than a broken leg or a concussion. For older adults living alone or with little support, avoiding falls can mean the difference between staying in their own home and moving to assisted care. Practical adaptations like installing grab bars using non-slip mats or switching to a seated shower can help. But reducing shower frequency addresses the root issue. Less stumbling means a lower chance of falling. Data supports this. Studies show that fall prevention strategies focused on minimizing unnecessary risks lead to significant reductions in injury rates among older adults, prioritizing safety over daily hygiene standards that are optional. It's not just about caution, but also about readjusting life-saving priorities, putting health first, because your body cleans itself. Yes, it may sound like a bold statement, but your body is equipped with an impressive self-cleaning system that operates without a drop of water or a bar of soap. This isn't a new trick. It's a biological process honed over millions of years of evolution. Skin is not just a passive barrier, but also a living ecosystem filled with beneficial bacteria, natural oils, and a delicate balance of pH and moisture. These factors work together to keep skin healthy, elastic, and clean. Surprisingly, for older adults with skin that has struggled with age-related fragilities, bathing disrupts this complex system, washing away the very protective allies of your skin. Reducing bathing frequency to allow your body to do its job can help preserve this natural harmony. It presents a convincing case that sometimes nature truly knows best. At the heart of this self-cleaning system is the microbiome on the skin, a bustling community of microorganisms, including bacteria, fungi, and even tiny mites that inhabit. The skin's surface not only harbors bacteria that need to be eliminated, but many of these bacteria also serve a symbiotic function. Partner species like Cutibacterium acnes and Staphylococcus. They consume dead skin cells, sweat, and excess oil, breaking them down. They convert these into harmless byproducts while competing with harmful pathogens. These beneficial bacteria also produce antibacterial compounds. Think of them as tiny chemical weapons against invaders like Staphylococcus aureus. A common culprit of skin infections is sebum, secreted from sebaceous glands, which covers the skin in a protective layer, keeping it moist and repelling dirt. Dead skin cells are naturally removed through a process called exfoliation, taking dirt with them. This trio of bacteria, oil, and the cell turnover process keeps the skin in a dynamic balance, eliminating the need for frequent scrubbing or bathing. However, this delicate system can be disrupted. Hot water dissolves sebum, leaving the skin dry and defenseless. Strong soaps with high pH levels kill beneficial bacteria, upsetting the microbiome balance and paving the way for irritation or infection. It disrupts the balance of the microbiome and opens the door to irritated skin or infections. For older adults who have reduced oil production and a weakened diversity of bacteria due to aging, this excessive cleansing can tip the scales from health to harm. Research from dermatology journals, including studies from the Journal of Dermatology, shows that excessive washing correlates with higher rates of illness, dry eczema flare-ups, and even allergic reactions, all signs of an imbalanced system. In contrast, bathing only a few times a week can involve using a gentle pH-balanced cleanser when necessary, helping the skin remain stable. Odor is often the biggest concern regarding hygiene, which can be managed by targeted washing of sweat-prone areas like the armpits or groin, allowing the rest of the body to follow its natural rhythm. For older adults, this method is not only practical, but also reduces the physical demands of bathing, protecting the integrity of the skin and aligning with how the body is designed to function. Historical context strengthens the argument that humans have evolved over centuries with minimal bathing, relying on nature's toolkit, long before daily washing became a cultural norm in the 20th century. Older adults today can learn from that resilience, trusting their bodies to maintain a basic level of cleanliness and health. As a result, their skin is less irritated, more balanced, and better equipped to protect itself. Evidence suggests that stepping away from soap can sometimes be a step toward better health. If you're still watching this video and find these insights valuable, please comment the number 2 below to let me know you're here. If you haven't subscribed yet, I encourage you to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos. Your support helps us continue creating great content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. 5 experts say that bathing once or twice a week is sufficient. Get ready for a revelation that could change everything you've been taught about personal hygiene. Leading experts in geriatrics and dermatology now recommend that older adults should bathe only once or twice a week. This is not a call to abandon cleanliness or ignore hygiene standards. This is a deliberate change, evidence-based, tailored to the unique needs of aging skin and body. This is not neglect. This approach reflects a growing understanding that overwashing can be harmful rather than beneficial for those over 70. This is a radical shift from daily bathing. The mantra that has become ingrained in modern culture is being reevaluated as science peels back the layers of what truly keeps us healthy as we age. This recommendation comes from a group of authoritative voices, including geriatricians and dermatology researchers who have studied the interactions between aging and hygiene. For instance, guidance from organizations like the American Academy of Dermatology and insights from experts at Johns Hopkins University emphasize that regular bathing is not a universal need for everyone. Aging skin, as we have seen, Johns Hopkins University emphasizes that regular bathing isn't a universal need for everyone. Aging skin, as we've seen, is thinner, drier, and produces less oil, making it more vulnerable to water and soap. But the advice doesn't just stop at the surface. It also involves adjusting hygiene practices to fit the overall health condition of older adults. Experts stress that how often one bathes should depend on personal factors, activity levels, health statuses, and individual comfort. For instance, a retired person who is less active and spends most of their time indoors sweats and gets dirty, much less than a young active person, or even an older adult who gardens every day. Someone with incontinence or a chronic wound may need more intensive hygiene, but a full-body soak may not be necessary. This appropriate approach challenges the outdated notion that daily bathing is essential. I believe that golden standard originates more from the 20th century. Marketing suggests that soap advertising promotes freshness rather than addressing medical needs that may not apply to older adults. Let's consider the evidence. Studies show that excessive bathing is linked to higher rates of skin damage, irritation, and even pressure ulcers in frail older adults. In contrast, bathing less frequently can help protect the skin's natural defense mechanisms. Practicality also plays a role. Bathing once or twice a week supplemented by spot cleaning with a washcloth for areas like the face, hands, or groin maintains hygiene without the need for a complete rinse. Experts also point out that odor is often the biggest motivator for them to bathe frequently. This can be managed with minimal effort. Deodorants, a quick wipe, or changing clothes are sufficient for older adults. This isn't about cutting corners. It's about smartly adapting to what their bodies require, proving that less can be more when guided by science and common sense. Bathing 6 times a day can exhaust older adults. While bathing might seem like a simple task for many over 70, it poses a significant challenge that demands considerable physical strength. The Journal of the American Medical Association has highlighted this often overlooked reality, detailing how frequent hand washing can drain reserve energy, stress the aging body, and even lead to symptoms of fatigue. What seems normal in youth, like stepping into a shower, standing under the water, or climbing out of a bathtub, becomes a marathon effort when muscles weaken, joints stiffen, and endurance declines. Bathing less not only protects the skin, but also reduces the risk of falls, conserving precious energy and transforming bath time from a strenuous chore into a manageable ritual. The physical demands of bathing are a multifaceted issue, and researchers have analyzed them thoroughly. It's clear that to start standing in warm water for 10 or 15 minutes can put stress on the cardiovascular system, especially for seniors with heart conditions or poor circulation. High temperatures dilate blood vessels, potentially lowering blood pressure and causing dizziness. This can lead to fainting in a slippery environment and followed by breathing difficulties. Those with chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD, or weakened lungs may struggle to inhale hot air, gasping for breath at a moment that should be relaxing. For millions of seniors with arthritis, nearly half of adults over 65, according to the CDC, every movement can be painful. Bending down to wash feet, reaching to scrub the back, or holding a bar of soap can inflame creaky joints, turning bathing into a painful challenge. Even getting in and out of the bathtub requires balance and strength that may no longer come easily, especially if neuropathy reduces feeling in the feet. The consequences are similar to using a towel to dry, hard to reach spots, and getting dressed, draining the little energy left, causing some seniors to feel so exhausted that they need to lie down. JAMA has documented these prolonged exhaustion cases affecting daily activities. Consider skipping a walk, missing a meal, or dozing off instead of socializing for those who are weak or chronically fatigued. Daily bathing can lead them into a cycle of depletion, eroding their independence. In contrast to a gentler schedule, bathing once or twice a week can involve using a shower chair or handheld shower head to reduce stress. This helps maintain energy for important activities like playing with grandchildren, pursuing hobbies, or simply enjoying a day. Revisiting the benefits shows that reduced bathing frequency correlates with less reported fatigue and improved mood in seniors, indicating that conserving energy not only promotes physical health, but also mental well-being for older adults. Decreasing bathing frequency is not a concession, but a strategic choice to regain vitality and ensure that bath time doesn't become a battle. If you're still watching this video and find these insights valuable, please comment number 3 below to let me know you're here. If you haven't subscribed yet, I highly recommend you do. And turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us keep creating great content to inform and inspire you. Right now, let's move forward. Hygiene is not just about bathing. It's one of the biggest shifts of all. Hygiene doesn't mean full-body showers, and for older adults, this is liberating news. The idea that cleanliness requires daily immersion is a cultural relic, not a universal modern truth. Alternatives show that you can always feel fresh, healthy, and dignified without stepping into a shower or bathtub. Wet wipes, hand-washing, oral care, and clean clothes, along with regular grooming, form a smart self-care toolkit that helps avoid the risks of frequent bathing while still keeping older adults feeling comfortable and confident. It's not about lowering standards, but redefining them to fit the realities of aging. It proves that effective hygiene does not depend so much on the amount of water used, but rather on personalized strategic choices. Considering options, each option is a practical solution in its own right. Wet wipes and pre-moistened wipes provide a gentle, quick way to clean key areas like armpits, groin, or face where sweat and bacteria tend to accumulate. They are soft enough for delicate skin, don't require rinsing, and eliminate the need to stand or balance in slippery spaces. Hand washing is the foundation of infection. Prevention addressing dirt and bacteria where they are most likely to hide. Fingertips touch doorknobs, food, or faces without needing to shower fully. Oral care is often overlooked in the debate about bathing as hygiene. Brushing, flossing, and rinsing help eliminate odor-causing bacteria and disease, keeping breath fresh and oral health intact. Clean clothes, lightweight, breathable fabrics changed daily absorb moisture and odors. A quick brush or wipe down of hair helps maintain a polished appearance. Add targeted solutions like deodorant or body mist and you have a routine that delivers results without needing to rinse off completely. This method is not only convenient, but also a game-changing solution for older adults facing physical or environmental barriers. Imagine an 80-year-old with shaky hands, or a sore back struggling with a shower, or climbing into a bathtub. It can be daunting, but wiping down with a cloth or changing clothes is feasible. For those in colder climates where wet hair in a chilly bathroom can lead to shivering or pneumonia, risks dry shampoo or warm washcloths are better. Then full bathing studies fully support this change. Research in geriatric nursing emphasizes that older adults using such alternative bathing methods report feeling just as clean and comfortable as those who bathe daily, with fewer skin issues or complaints of fatigue. This is a dignity-preserving strategy, especially for those with caregivers, as it empowers them to maintain hygiene in their own way, rather than adhering to a rigid schedule that suits everyone. The autonomy to maintain hygiene in their own way, not a rigid schedule that fits everyone. Hygiene turns out not to be soap bubbles, but what fits each individual, making it a flexible art form, less risky for older adults to master. The ultimate goal for those over 70 is a daily bathing ritual long praised as foundational to health. However, that routine may be silently undermining their health. The evidence is growing and hard to ignore. Aging skin with thinner layers and fading oils bears the brunt of regular washing, becoming dry and itchy. At the same time, skin can crack. Safety concerns stand out, with slippery bathtubs posing a much greater risk of falls than the threat of a little dirt. Increased energy demands drain the stamina of an already fragile body, but the body itself offers an instinctive wisdom. Its natural cleaning system, from beneficial bacteria to dead skin cells, thrives when allowed to be on its own. Together, these factors point to a new truth: bathing less frequently, thinking once or twice a week, aligns with personal needs and can open up healthier skin, less risk, and a richer quality of life. This is not a one-time revelation, but rather a convergence of science and practicality, supported by experts from dermatology to geriatrics. The American Geriatric Society, the New England Journal of Medicine, and the Journal of the American Medical Association all agree, with data showing that overbathing does more harm than good while reducing protective habits and conserving. Imagine the benefits: skin that stays soft instead of mornings filled with flakes not being drained or at risk of dangerous falls, energy saved. To walk or chat instead of showering is not to give up hygiene, but to reimagine it. Trade the bathtub for a cloth soak, grab a clean shirt, and trust that your body will handle the rest. The key is customization. A person. A 75-year-old marathon runner may need more than a quick wipe, while someone bedridden will have their own rhythm, shaped by culture, climate, or health conditions that define their ideal pace. That's why talking to a healthcare provider is so important, whether for yourself or a loved one. They can find the perfect balance, merging medical knowledge with personal quirks. Who knew that stepping away from the bathtub could be a step toward a better life? It's a quiet revolution in self-care, overturning decades of outdated routines for older adults. This is an opportunity to shed the burden of old beliefs and embrace a gentler, safer, more vibrant way to age. To age is to honor the wisdom of the body over societal rules. Less water, less risk, more life. That's what's essential. The surprising promise of bathing less, and it's a truth worth reflecting on. This is a remarkable truth about frequency. The surprising promise of bathing less, and that's a truth worth reflecting on. Here's a surprising fact about frequency. Older adults should bathe after the age of 70, and why bathing less may be better when it comes to staying healthy, safe, and comfortable. We've talked about everything from how daily bathing can dry out fragile skin and increase the risk of falls, to the fact that your body's natural processes may work better than you think. Your body's natural processes may work better than you think. In fact, experts recommend reducing bathing frequency to just once a week. That's a lot of information to take in, isn't it? So, I want to hear from you what you've learned so far about hygiene for older adults. This has opened your eyes. Take a moment to think about one thing from this video that you will always remember. Something you're willing to put into practice in your life, or share with someone you care about. Could be replacing daily baths with wet wipes, prioritizing hand hygiene, or just rethinking what cleanliness means as we age. Leave a comment below. I'd love to know how this has impacted you. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more helpful information like this. Your support helps us keep going, and I look forward to bringing you more ways to live smarter and healthier. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.